Just wanted to make sure the mic was on. Hey y'all, welcome back. If you are new or just passing through to my channel, welcome. My name is Tam. I'm also known as the Enlightened Auntie. If you're returning, welcome back, squad. Here today to do another general collective reading. We're not sign specific here. We're also gender fluid. I may say you when I'm talking to them. I may say them, I'm talking to you. Put yourself in the story wherever you seem to fit. Remember that time and energy are fluid, so I could be talking about the recent past, the present, or the future. Take only the parts that resonate for you now in the present and leave the rest behind. If you would like to book a personal more aligned with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box, and I invite you to join me for a session. All right, y'all, welcome back. I believe the last video is premiering now while I am recording this one. And while normally I do live premiere the videos because I do like to participate, I'm trying to make up for lost time because I didn't put out a general message yesterday for the collective. So I'm going to give y'all 2 videos today. So while my son is in class, figure I'd come home real quick, throw some cards, and then rush off to go pick my kids up from school. All right, so we're going to jump into my triple deck. I'm not going to do oracle pull first. We're just going to jump straight in and see what spirit wants to talk about this time. It is interesting. I think I mentioned in the last video. It's interesting because like the last several videos, I want to say at least for the last like maybe 3 or 4 weeks, have been really interesting for me. Like elements of the regular story, but I don't know if I'm just tapping into something a little extra. I don't know. Because the stories are coming out kind of, I don't know, weird for me as a reader. Alright, let's jump in. See what Spirit wants to talk about. Ooh-doo-doo. Okay, now I'm using a different deck, and what's funny is that I have counterparts out here at either end of this line, but the counterparts that I have are from the same deck. I love it. And it looks as though somebody's worried about something that they've been doing. I don't have this. Maybe it's this person. Because I feel like somebody has been doing something against this couple. I don't know if these people are a couple. That's my inclination to say they're a couple. But I got people that are worried right now because they've done something, it's unsuccessful, it hasn't worked, and now they're worried. Maybe they're worried that they're going to be getting some exposure. And what did I say in the last reading? It's like that, you know, rubber and glue bounces off of me and it sticks to you. Somebody is worried about that. Now on the flip side, because if this is your counterpart and if you're already coupled, I see this 2 different ways. One, I kind of see somebody doing work to keep 2 people apart. Now the other thing that I see is that because this is more centered, I want to say towards this feminine, because the plot ultimately I feel like is against the feminine. And yes, this masculine plays a role in the whole scenario, but I think the goal primarily is the target. The target is primarily this divine feminine, the feminine energy. You may be both of y'all may be really smart. Like I don't know. I'm getting the energy of like being a couple of steps ahead of these people. And that's part of the reason why whatever they're doing isn't working, because you move strategically. You move in silence, and you move in a way where you keep the other people second guessing because they don't really know what you're doing. So it's hard to attack something if they don't know what to attack. Okay, so it's like you present one thing, right? You present one thing to the public so that people can see this one facet, right? But you may have some stuff working in the background that these folks don't know about. So they can't target that because they don't, like I said, they don't know what it is that they're targeting. So they don't even know how to go after it. Listen. Okay. I'm trying to remember if this was part of the reading that went to the cutting room floor yesterday, because I'm remembering something, and it feels very much reminiscent of that. I don't think it was from the last reading. I want to say this is from yesterday's reading, because in yesterday's reading, I believe I mentioned something about an energy of like, and I've talked about this in other collective readings. It's like an energy of trying to keep. So say there was, and I know I've talked about this in a collective reading. So say there was an experience from your past that was rather unpleasant that you may have had to heal from. There's something revolving around that past, like heartbreak, or, you know, it's something around that experience that somebody has been doing work. It's to keep you feeling the same sensations of that disappointment, those hurt feelings. So this could literally be, and I think I talked about this in the last reading as well. It's like this is against the masculine and a feminine, but it's hitting in two different kind of areas. It's like to make the masculine confused about his commitment to the feminine. But it's interesting because it's also tying, let's see, it's like for the feminine, it's almost like the feminine making a choice that she chooses her masculine, right? But then you got somebody in the background maybe doing something in secret in order to have this feminine worry about, okay, so if you are in a partnership, you don't have to be, but if you, it's almost like to make you, let's address the feminine first. This energy feels very much like it wants this woman to always feel as though each time she gets into a connection, this doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, even though I do have counterparts out here, but I feel like it's a little bit deeper than that, because I don't think that it's just about the counterpart. I think it is meant to affect all of your relationships. So if in the past you have dealt with some people who were dishonest and who, you know, there has been some level of betrayal and backstabbing or whatever, lies, it's like to make on the feminine side, it's literally to make them feel like every time they choose to engage in partnerships with other people, that these partnerships are always going to mirror the past relationship dynamics where there had been betrayal, where there was breadcrumbing, where it wasn't reciprocal, where, you know what I mean? So that's what the feminine's supposed to feel. The masculine, it almost feels like it's the same energy. It kind of mirrors, it is similar in energy. It mirrors an energy that is similar to the feminine, where while there is all this unconditional love for the feminine, almost where it's making him feel like this is the energy almost of like, it's a mental, like in the last reading we talked about like where the masculine was like really confused. It was making, he was really on the precipice of something new, but there were certain decisions that he had to make, and there was a lot of confusion around like how to make the decisions and which way to go. It's to keep the masculine stagnant. This is the same energy. This keeps him stagnant. Like he has this desire, I want to say, for like the feminine, but he's in a weird stagnant energy as well, because what's around him, there is an experience from his past, which I talked about in the last reading. Like there's an experience, a fond experience from his past that he has, like if he makes a certain decision, he can go back to it. It's not necessarily a person. It's more like I said in the last reading, I used a job as an example because that's what it felt like. It felt like, you know, like some job or something that he had been working on in the past that brought him a lot of happiness. He's worried about the sacrifice of the money thing. I'm still getting the same energy out here. Like fewer cards, but I'm getting the same energy. Now the other thing is too, I see where this feminine energy is no longer focusing on the disappointments of the past. She's focusing on the present partnerships and connections. You may also be moving strategically, like if you are, like say you are partnered, and I know when I talk about social media presence and all this, I know not everybody has social media presence, so just, you know, take it how it resonates. But this kind of looks like you could be in a partnership, because now I'm getting a pulse check energy. Because this right here feels like you're making a conscious choice to not focus on the past. Remember I said part of whatever this magic is or whatever is being done behind the scenes, it's largely meant for y'all to both focus on like a past experience. It's meant for you to focus on the past. But here you are, you make a conscious decision to focus on the present, the people that you have, the relationship dynamics that you have in the present. You are not necessarily hiding it. You're not hiding it. I also believe that you see clearly now the difference between the two relationships, like the relationship of your past and whatever you have in your present or coming into the future. This, I can definitely see where you recognize where the failures were in an old relationship. I don't think that you're really worried about that, especially with your if you are partnered, you're not really worried about that because there is unconditional love between you and your partner, and it's reciprocal. Everything with your relationship is very balanced. But there's something here with the masculine where he desires to flee. He desires to release himself from something. Maybe now he recognizes that he alone has that power. Okay. I love it. Oh, I love this. Yeah. You definitely have somebody here. Okay, so I do see victory and success with your partnerships. Now, again, it doesn't have to be romantic, but I see like a partnership of coming together. Around it definitely feels like there's some energy. There's some energy here that is kind of wishing a downfall. But I want to say it's unsuccessful because you're fine. Now, I also have the energy of somebody that you walked away from. Now, this also could look like okay. Thank you, Spirit. Because what it feels like is there's an energy, and I haven't identified because I don't actually see it out here, but I can feel it because it's like kind of hovering over the board. Because I don't have the specific person. I don't know who the attacker is. There is an attacker. I don't know who that person is just yet. But it's somebody that you have walked away from. It almost looks as though they were wishing for the downfall of your relationship or whatever you've got going on in your life so that you would return to them. But that's not happening. For those of you who are partnered, even if I think this is huge, being a little bit more strategic about how you go about the relationship dynamics. And especially if you're recognizing the part that may have been missing from like the last emotional, say there was a relationship or something, a memory connected to a past relationship, situationship, or whatever, right? And I feel like the element of why it was unsuccessful, one or both parties in that connection, like I want to say, didn't love themselves. So dealing with the past, there could have been in that relationship the reason why it didn't work, or one of the main reasons why it didn't work is there may have been somebody who didn't put in enough effort. There also could have been a component of somebody who didn't really love themselves. So if they didn't love themselves, they couldn't love you. Because I always tell you, if the person that you're dealing with doesn't love on you better than you love yourself, that ain't your person. You're recognizing now where that past experience that may have left you hurt, and may have caused you a whole bunch of anxiety and shit. I think a lot of it had to do with one or both of you didn't have enough love for self. So you were pouring into these cracked cups with holes in them when you should have been pouring into yourself, giving the other person an example of how to treat you. Instead, you were constantly pouring into them while they were giving very little. Whoever this is that's doing something over your relationships, it's like they want to keep you. I see it right here. They want to keep you in this same loop of overgiving, under receiving. Overgiving, under receiving. And they wanted to succeed against you. I don't know what it is about. I know what it is. Because literally when the divine feminine and divine masculine come together, they're meant to do big things. And I feel like the biggest thing here is somebody is trying to prevent that from actually happening. So if you're in a partnership and you're going into a new cycle, it's almost like they're wanting to keep you in a loop of past hurt and just to keep it going. Because if we can keep it going, then that means it stagnates you from moving into the new cycle. Either way, I'm going to tell you right now, collective, you may not be so worried about it, because honestly, I don't feel like you're worried about this. You're really not. You're not worried about this, and what people actually see, I don't know how they see it, but if they can see, they can see that your union, I want to say your union is celebrated. There's victory and success in overcoming all the obstacles that have been thrown in front of you. I don't get any conflict energy out of, especially not the divine feminine. I don't see any of that conflict energy coming from your camp. The masculine may also be very, not like he hides you, but I think people also can see like this gentleman also has love of self, and he may also strategically move in ways that keeps the relationship protected. Because no weapons formed against you shall ever prosper. Ooh. I love, oh, look at this. Oh, I love it. Okay. This may apply to a bunch of, like I said, I've said it before in other readings, like there may be other people involved. You may have somebody wanting to approach you, and I'm going to tell you, because it doesn't give me specific like masculine or feminine energy just based on the cards that I have out here. But I have somebody here trying to adversely affect your work or your stability. Yeah. Oh my God. You have some, I can see it a couple of places. Because now I see where it's connected to the relationship. So this is somebody that, I've talked about in other readings. I'm like, some of you have chosen your partner over your family, right? Now, because this over here tells me that you made a choice, like you made a choice. You stop looking at the past. I want to say the past definitely could be connected to your family, but it doesn't have to be. But this person wants to come towards you, and I want to say, number one, whoever this person is, it could be somebody that you have lived with, okay? And when you were living with them, while you may have been pouring in a bunch of unconditional love to this person, I feel like part of the reason why you walked away is because this person is not emotionally supportive to you, and you may have felt like all of the burdens and responsibilities fell on your shoulders when they're not. When most of the shit was not your responsibility to carry. You know what I mean? When I was going through my awakening back in 2018, and I wish I could remember the name of this reader because I don't follow her anymore. I stopped following her and I'm okay. Like, if y'all at some point decide you gotta unsubscribe and stop following my work, that's fine. I get it. I see the little 1-offs and 2-offs that people that are unsubscribing. I totally get it, and I don't have a problem with it. Okay. But there was a reader who said, the one who chooses love wins. Child, and I don't know, for those of you who've been following me for a really long time, you've heard me say that before. The one who chooses love wins. When I tell you that I latched onto that statement and it's stuck and it stayed in the back of my mind. So every single time I went through something, anything dramatic, crazy, tense, where it brought up all kind of fears and shit, I just told myself all the time, choose love. Make sure that the decisions that you make are based on love, not fear. Because when you choose out of fear, creates a negative karma energy. Just like taking a job only for the money creates negative karma energy. Choose love. The one who chooses love wins. And all I kept thinking to myself was, I choose to win. I don't want to be a loser. Like, not in the general sense of like, oh, you're a loser. No, I didn't want to feel like I was losing in life. I did not want to feel like a loser. I had felt like a loser for most of my life. I didn't want to keep feeling like that. And I realized that a lot of the decisions that I had made, or a lot of decisions that I consistently made, were based on fear. Some fear, right? I feel like there's someone here who has effectively blocked out anything that doesn't feel like love. Because that's what this looks like. I'm blocking anything, anyone who doesn't show up with integrity, who shows up with their hand out but never has anything to offer, who only calls when they need something. I'm blocking those out. Why? Because what I have amassed, I've done it by myself. What I have created, I've done it by myself because of my self-love and the love and respect that I have for my connection or my counterpart. I'm blocking out all of this other shit because I'm trying to protect what I've created by myself. You are not codependent on anyone. The person that is trying to approach you and encroach on your relationship is in a codependent energy because they are in poverty consciousness. There is lack somewhere in their life. You choose not to focus on those things. That's why you're not experiencing that. This is somebody who wants to come in and say, hey, let's try to work on the relationship. Let's squash the beef or whatever, right? But they don't actually have any intent. This is somebody who wants to just jump back into the relationship without any actual effort to rectify the issues between you. And the only reason why they're coming towards you is because you are stable. If that hasn't been the most consistent message in all of the readings, the only reason why somebody is coming towards you is because I'm like, oh, okay. The only reason why somebody is approaching you is because you're the stable one. You're the stable one. I'm like, hold on. Somebody just made an appointment. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you do have somebody that's coming towards you, but okay. I actually like this energy in collective. I think because you're so solid, it's not really going to be an issue. I definitely feel like you're holding back. You're going to hold on to what you have. You are in a protective mode because there's an energy here that, like this energy here, whoever this person is that you have blocked, I want to say one of the main purposes is to come in and disrupt your relationship. It's to disrupt your relationship. If you let this person in, they most certainly will. If you unblock this person and you get into, because this is fast energy right here. If you let this person get close enough to you, they will ruin your relationship. This person didn't adequately plan for the future. I'm telling you. All the cards that lead to your masculine counterpart and all the cards surrounding you, let me tell you, you're in a great energy. And I want to say some of the larger energies that I see out here that I really like is the fact that Divine Feminine is in an energy where she doesn't need anyone else in order to feel whole, in order to feel grounded. I love this for you. You don't need anybody. It's like you don't necessarily even need the masculine to be in that energy because you cultivate that energy all by your damn self. And I also feel like whatever somebody's been throwing at you, you've been transmuting it. You've been transmuting it on your own too. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And part of the, and I love this energy over here because they've been trying to attack you. Because this is giving me entrepreneur. You could be an entrepreneur. But this gives me the energy of somebody, I think I said in the last reading, like somebody was trying to like cause the downfall or cause, you know, if you are an entrepreneur, if you're a creative or whatever, they wanted you to kind of create some sense of stagnation or to cause business failure if you have a business. And for you, you also, slow and steady wins the race has come up a couple of times in the last few readings. This gives me that same kind of energy. So if you're finally receiving your flowers right now, for some people, they'll look at it like, oh, overnight you just woke up and things started working out. Child, whatever it is that you do, you've been working at it for some time. You've been working at it for some time. And you've overcome every single obstacle that they have thrown in front of you. We like it. But I definitely see that you're very protective over what is yours. And by the looks of it, you don't plan on coming off of any kind of coins. If this person has a financial need of some sort, I don't see you coming to this person's aid. In fact, you're sitting on the porch looking at somebody like, yeah, you ain't even allowed to come up on this threshold. There's no. Oh. Oh. Okay. I have somebody here who may be researching or investing. They're looking into your relationships. They're looking into your relationships. They're also trying to figure out, like, because I do see somebody's doing like juju or whatever, but they don't actually see anything negative happening. Like, these look like positive changes. Positive changes. Especially because if this is your true counterpart, then this is a destined and fated event. So whatever they've tried to do has been unsuccessful. They may also be getting karma for that. And remember, I said maybe you have the ability to see like the difference between, like I said, a past experience versus the experience that you're in now or that you're going towards. There is also an energy. There's somebody, I'm telling you, they are trying to adversely affect. It's like weird. They're trying to affect the feminine in one area, but they're trying to affect this masculine in an entirely different area. It's like, I want to say it's almost to make this masculine look like he doesn't know what he's doing. Because if I can have this man act like he don't know what he's doing, then that would make the woman lose respect for him. I mean, in an ideal world, I don't think a woman is going to necessarily respect a man who can't make up his mind and all the other shit. So if that's the energy that they're trying to throw on him, I do see that somebody is trying to figure out, like, why is it working? How it's working? There is energy of somebody who, like, they don't understand. There's something very unconventional about your relationship or your partnership. But I definitely see where somebody has been trying to create a dynamic to where one of you or both of you are either unfaithful to each other, break your vows if you're married. Yeah, maybe that's why they want it's like they wanted somebody to make a stupid ass decision. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. They want somebody to make a stupid decision, but then there's somebody here who pauses. Before they make a decision, before they take action, they pause. And they listen to their intuition. They pause and they listen to their intuition. Also, not only that, I feel like you are not afraid. Like maybe at one point you were really afraid of looking at this past relationship that you dealt with. Because you may have gone through a period of time where you were a little bit jaded by every single person that approached you. But I think that's largely because when you are looking at people skeptical, like with skepticism and doubt, it could be because that aspect or whatever, there's something that still needed to be healed, right? I like the way that both the masculine and feminine are in their own unique way doing something to protect the union. And by staying balanced, by that pause, staying balanced, you avoid a tower. And the reason why you avoid that tower, because you know the tower is for course correction. So the tower comes in and knocks down any foundation that is not solid. So even if they had tried to influence either one of you in any kind of way, you actually have a strong foundation. So trying to come after you, it doesn't really do anything. It doesn't give them the result. That doesn't give them the results that they're looking for. And then they're unhappy. Tower. Damn. There's our practitioner. I was waiting. I was like, I feel it. I have significant Leo, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Sagittarius, Virgo, Taurus. So all the fixed signs, and Virgo and Pisces for shits and giggles, and Aries. Yeah. This looks like somebody being forced to sit their ass down. They were trying to create some type of misfortune for you and your relationship, and they ended up in the tower because they can't shake your relationship. They can't shake the foundation of your relationship. Why? Because slow and steady wins the race. Y'all been working at this. That's the reason why it's a success. because you've overcome all the conflict and drama that normally would have been living in your relationship. So now this person has lost all kind of control, because they've been trying to control the way that your relationships, you know, play out. They lost control. They lost control of this because they were unable to shake you. And it's coming to light. The moon and the moon. The moon in the reverse and the moon in the upright. So somebody here been experiencing tower moments, and they don't want nobody to see it, but it's about to be seen. It's about to be seen. Where are we? Pick up my kids. Oh, yes. Oh, I love the Justice card as the last card out. So they're not getting what they wanted. They are not, whoever this is not getting what they wanted. And if they've been doing something and trying to keep it a secret, everything is about to be illuminated. It's all coming to the surface. Yeah. Yes, and if they've been doing like juju, if there's been somebody that's been playing in your energy, doing juju or whatever, that's about to be exposed. The Sun, the Magician in the reverse. That's about to be exposed. Womp, womp, womp. That's about to be exposed. Yes, you're tapped into the infinite flow of the universe. Okay, so there's death out here, or coffin. So somebody may be transitioning. Somebody's been playing games with you, or was trying to play games with you. Mind games in attempts to disempower, manipulate, or intimidate. Knowing how to do it with, knowing how to outwit, influence, control, narcissistic personality. So you could have been dealing with a narcissist. This narcissist may be getting ready to transition. Spirit guides are your shield. Absolutely. You're protected. False person, fake, hiding true character. So somebody here is out here faking the funk. The storm. You've been able to overcome everything. I think every obstacle that's been put in front of you, you've been able to overcome it. And there's somebody here definitely trying to figure out, how do you do that? They're on the outside looking in. Fuck what they say. Verbal abuse, lies. So somebody out here spreading lies about you, about your life, about all aspects of you. I don't, like I said, I don't think you're really worried about these people. I don't think you're worried about them. Not in the least bit. I'm like, just do one more quick pass. Oh, somebody may be investigating why you walked away from this person. I don't know who this person is, but you may have walked away from somebody. Yeah, they're trying to figure out. Somebody's trying to figure out how you are so balanced, and how, like, you may be a recluse. You may be, you know, a loner. You stay at home. You're quiet. You don't work with other people. Yeah, you're not fucking with it. You're moving towards a new cycle, and I definitely feel like there's someone here who has been trying to affect your, you know, equilibrium. If they've been trying to affect your balance. It's like trying to create a rift or some drama in the background of your life to get you, you know, discombobulated. But you're very much at peace. Very much at peace, and very much at peace on your own. It's like trying to spread lies about your partnership. It's like trying to spread lies about your partnership. Like, I don't know. Yeah, so it's like making, like spreading lies about. You might be fiercely independent. You might really worry about somebody coming in and encroaching on your territory and your space. And as much as you try to maintain peace, I do feel like you got energies around you that are trying to disturb your peace. It's whoever this is that you've walked away from, though. Because they don't like the feeling of being on the outside. They feel rejected. They feel stagnant and unable to move ever since you walked away from them. They want to like squash the issue because they don't want any beef. They don't want no smoke. However, this person is still, the energy that they're in, it still doesn't come across as being completely honest. And on this end, it definitely feels like somebody trying to, cast juju over you since you walked away. But everything that they're doing against you, it doesn't work anyway. So I don't even know why they still. Yeah, I have somebody here that's trying to like affect your life because, like, misery loves company. So whatever your ships are that are coming in, they're obsessed with trying to affect that. And it's just, they don't know I feel like this person doesn't really know what your 10 of Cups is. So again, they also don't have any way to figure out, since they don't know what that is, they don't know exactly what to attack. But it almost feels like they're trying to come in between you and your manifestations. You've had to be like 3 to 10 steps ahead of them. Yeah, there's somebody out here spreading lies or whatever. They're angry that they're on the outside. They're angry that I said there's a practitioner out here. I do have that energy out here. Somebody's been trying to negatively affect your 10 of Cups. They've just been trying to control you ever since you walked away. Yeah. They want to keep you in that they want to keep you in that weird low ass energy. Remember when I said it's like they want to keep you trapped to like an old narrative, an old story, something that you've moved on from. So if you were dating somebody in your past and that person rejected you and had you in competition with other people and it sent you into an emotional tailspin, they literally wanted you to be in that energy. They wanted you to be in that unstable energy. Yeah, they wanted your partner to engage in third party energy, break the vows, not be loyal to the connection. But because they decided to come after you, oh, look at what you're winning. Oh, I love it. Somebody is pissed off. Because you and your partner are trying to build or grow like generational wealth for each other, for your families, for whatever. And this practitioner, a couple of practitioners could be working together. Somebody could have hired a practitioner somebody could be a practitioner or hired a practitioner, but somebody is angry because all of their efforts are not working and they're the ones who they're in suffrage. They're the ones who are dealing with like the drama. Is somebody connected to your past? 6 of Cups. Is somebody connected to your past? Alright. I'm going to use my dice because I got to go. I'm not going to use the truth cards today. Okay, that's Aries. This is Virgo. This is Gemini. So Gemini, Aries, and Virgo. Moon, Saturn, Mars, 4th house, 2nd house, 10th house. So second house is the things that you find value in. Taurus rules the second house, so like your work, not like the work product, things that make you, that earn you money, right? 10th house is your career, public persona, public reputation. 4th house is your roots, home, foundation. Okay. Moon, Saturn, and Mars. So the moon usually talks about like the hidden things, the subconscious, the way you feel. Saturn, Mars. So maybe somebody took action and they're getting, Saturn is moving. Saturn right now is retrograde in Aries, and it's getting ready to move back into Pisces. So I feel like there's something coming, like the Saturn, it's karma, you know, what comes around goes around. Something to do with your earning potential, your reputation, and your home life. Aries, Virgo, Gemini. All right, I'm going to leave it there. If any parts of this reading resonate for you, gave you clarity or confirmation over your own story, I know it's kind of all over the place, but I just went with it. Give the video a thumbs up so we can circulate into the algorithm and get in front of the eyes that need to see us the most. If you would like to book a personal more aligned with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box. I invite you to join me for a session. My books are always open. I just saw 5111 on the clock. There may be something significant in that number for you. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. I love you. Thank you so much for all the likes, shares, subscribes, tips, donations, the new bookings. We're like so close to 25,000. So close. Anywho, I love you guys. Until next time, take care. Bye.